Hello and welcome to today's video where I want to talk to you, small business owners, entrepreneurs, founders, people who are in a unique position to place your small to mid-sized business into a future in which you maximize the likelihood of success and gain competitive advantage, not through financials, not through your strategy, not through your operations and efficiency, but rather through the one lever that all great leaders understand that they have to pull to maximize your profitability. And that is your people. So right in front of you, I want to start out today by sharing an annual global survey conducted by the global PR advertising agency Edelman. For years, they've been doing a global survey, which they call the Edelman Trust Barometer. And the Trust Barometer is literally a snapshot, a finger on the pulse of, from a global perspective, people's faith and trust in institutions. And if we look at what they just published, they publish it every February. So the 2025 Edelman Trust Barometer has got some really, really disconcerting observations that they gather from surveying many, many people. So let's start out with this, that there's been a generation going back from 2000 to 2025, 25 years of institutional failure that's led, on a global perspective, people to have distrust of organizations. Now, I want you to think about this as a business person, okay? But also as somebody who, after COVID, the global pandemic, may be stuck with growing your business. So I want to talk about the challenges that are revealed through the Edelman Trust Survey and the opportunities that are there right in front of you. And that's why I'm so frustrated, because I'm so tired of small business owners thinking myopically right in front of their noses about our financial performance this month, the quarter. I get it, but we want to go a little bit deeper today. So 61% of the people surveyed globally have a middle to high sense of grievance, frustration with institutions. Basically, the belief that government and business make their lives harder and serve narrow interests, and that wealthy people are benefiting, unfairly so, from this system, from this business political climate. 61% of all people surveyed. So take it a little bit further. 41% of the people surveyed in the Edelman Trust Barometer, 41% surveyed believe that hostile activism is seen as a legitimate tool to force change. We've seen this, and I've done God knows how many videos on this, about literally such hostile activism as people in the streets taking matters into their own hands and executing CEOs. We saw it on the streets of New York City recently with the CEO of an insurance company. People who are boycotting companies who are pulling back on their DE&I initiative. So here are four of the things that people have said are okay when it comes to hostile activism: attacking people online, intentionally spreading disinformation, this whole notion of making up facts to suit your own business and political purposes, threatening or the actual act of committing violence, and damaging public and private property. So this sentiment that Edelman is plugged into, literally put a finger on the pulse of, is that this feeling of frustration is most acute among respondents ages 18 to 34. 54% of those people surveyed on the Edelman Trust Barometer believe in the 18 to 34% category. 53% said that any or multiple of these four actions, these hostile actions, are okay. They approve of them. So the institutional failure of the last 25 years have produced grievance around the world, stifling growth, stifling innovation. To lead through this crisis, you as a business owner, we all, but you in particular, have to understand the economic realities of your stakeholders, champion their shared interest, and create opportunities for optimism. Where does this start, you may ask? whether you have 5 employees, 50, 500. It starts with the two most important groups of stakeholders in your stakeholder universe. Your employees actually come first, and then your customers, your clients. So we're going to go there in a minute, but nearly 2/3 of respondents to the Edelman Trust Barometer worry about experiencing prejudice, discrimination, or racism, which is up 10 points from last year. 10 points. They've been doing this for years. What's gone on between last year and this year? I don't know, take a guess. That's sarcasm font. You and I both know what's going on here in the United States and globally. With significant increase across countries, demographics. So only 36 of respondents to this Edelman Global Trust Barometer survey, only 36% of respondents believe that things are going to get better for the next generation. In developed countries, just 1 in 5, or 20%, see a brighter future. Those are Gen Zs. Those are the people, Gen Zs, into less extent, but also valid, younger millennials. The Gen Zs and millennials are taking over the American workplace and actually the global labor market. As baby boomers are retiring in mass, that's called the silver tsunami. You have matures who are exiting the workforce. This is powerful. But so let's stop a minute and say, what does this mean for you as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a startup, as somebody who is in a unique situation to leverage your business's goals, to not just have an impact on profit, which, by the way, should never be a goal. That's an outcome of business conducted effectively. But your goal should be and is the intersection of profit and probity, or a moral compass. And where those two worlds collide, achieving profit and supporting social causes that have a positive impact on people and the planet, that's a new type of business. Welcome to the 21st century. That new business model is called not just profit. So you have for-profit, nonprofit, and you have not just for profit, which is the intersection of being profitable and achieving positive impact societally. So let's dive into what that means. First is, I want to share a little bit of a video of Richard Edelman, founder of Edelman, global PR agency, on what this 2025 Edelman Trust Barometer, the results of this survey that's just come out, what it tells us. Okay, so yes, agree, wholeheartedly agree that it's not the onus of responsibility falls on one type of institution, let's say business, but it's a collective collaborative effort of institutions to reclaim trust from their citizenry. But I want to focus on you, the small business owner. I mean, it's on your shoulders, I hate to say it, because the other institutions are compromised. Let's start with political systems. Political systems now, the way the nature of them have been going for years, the last 25, I reference, is that businesses, especially power brokers, have influenced the political landscape in such a fashion that politicians don't serve the public cause, the public good. They serve a vested interest of relatively small, super wealthy individuals in society. So politicians, the political construct, is off the table. NGOs, non-government organizations, they again are driven by a political system that is compromised. So now we have nonprofits. Nonprofits can't compete because they simply don't have the budget, because they're being decimated financially, because at least here in America, our current administration is drastically doing away with social services. I mean, when you have the IRS, Medicare, Medicaid, USAID, all of these institutions are in duress. Nonprofits are not a viable way to reclaim trust from the public. So where does it fall? Squarely on your shoulders as a small business owner. So I want to talk to you, small business owner, as if you're sitting across from me, because I've talked to hundreds of them, actually thousands going back to last year, about the need to change your approach. What do I mean by that? The mindset is still the pursuit of financial results. That is going to lead you to a very scary, dangerous place, and you're going to fail. You're going to fail because financial performance should and never should be the goal. It's an outcome. I've said it before. You cannot achieve lasting success when your focus is month to month, quarter to quarter. First of all, if you're a publicly traded company, you're answering to the vagaries of shareholders. And that's the 20th century, the shareholder profit optimization model, which is dying. It's fighting, but it's also dying. We're in the 21st century. You know this. And in the 21st century, we need a new model predicated on a way of thinking finally about, regardless of how small your business is today, you're going to grow, the impact that you achieve. So let's focus squarely on the impact in terms of your employees. Your employees are not an asset. I am so sick and tired of small business owners who say, we're a family. First of all, no, you're not a family. People don't want to be a part of a family. I know my family is dysfunctional. People don't want to be part of your family, especially since how toxic and poorly run most businesses are. But also, people are not assets. That is the height of offense to individuals, especially Gen Zs and millennials. They don't want to hear you talking from a marketing speak about a great culture, great workplace. They want to see your actions, and you're failing. You're failing in terms of your behaviors are not matching their values, and that's a disconnect. And all the marketing dollars spent in the world claiming what a great culture you have is wasted. So let's talk about this. A lot of individuals I talk to have been saying since early last year, we can't invest in our people. We don't have funds for building culture. We don't know what culture is, but it's scary right now. It's uncertain. And when people are scared and uncertain, they stick their heads in the sand. It happened last year. We don't know what was going to happen here in the United States with the presidential election. Well, it happened. Okay, well, now that we know that the old administration from 2016 is coming back, we're getting Trump 2.0. We don't know what that's going to be. You know what? Uncertain times not only have threats, but they bring with them a unique set of new opportunities. And too many small business owners are scared shitless to move forward. And so they're retrenching. They're circling the proverbial wagons. They're sticking to their core businesses. They're going back to what they feel comfortable is safe. We just experienced a global pandemic where more than 1 million Americans lost their lives. We can't operate out of fear. So let me tell you what you should be thinking about as a small business owner. What's your culture? And culture, if you say, well, I don't know, it sounds warm and fuzzy, this isn't a feel-good thing, okay? Stop using that as an excuse. it's warm and fuzzy. No, culture is creating a workplace environment that respects, trusts, and empowers your people such that you give them the tools and resources they need, the support, the coaching, the mentoring, the training, everything they need, the tools in their toolkit. You fill it up with everything they need to perform and produce at a high level. Do you measure that? Do you know what your employee ROI is? For every employee, whether you have 5 or 500, do you know what the return on your people strategy investment is? Because I can show you how to measure it. I have a proprietary workplace autonomy audit. I've developed a human capital audit to take a finger on the pulse of, do you have the right people in the right roles right now? But do you measure your people's performance? It's the whole Daniel Pink concept of autonomy. You need to, if you haven't now, start to go out and look for the most amazing people to bring into your organization. Not based on a need for a job posting, but based on key personality, demeanor, characteristics, and attributes. You can teach nearly all of the work that needs to be done on the job. You hire for traits. This is what Gary Vaynerchuk has talked about, Simon Sinek, any thought leader out there that you may have heard, Richard Branson, they all talk about the same thing. Bring in the best people. But here's a question you need to ask yourself. Why would I want to come work for you? What have you exhibited in terms of your behaviors, your values, your core beliefs and principles, your code of conduct? How have you engaged with your community, your volunteer work, your community activism? Have you cut back on DE&I? Do you have a formal code of conduct policy statement? You may be happy with where your business is right now, but I'm here to tell you that you've got some challenges. The challenges are, you may be comfortable with where you are now and say, I can keep doing that. No, you can't. Because we all know that good is the enemy of great, for Jim Collins. Go back and read the book. But what got you to this point was based on past situations, marketplace conditions, tendencies, regulatory environment, access to labor, resources. All of that was in the past. What you need to do now to move you into the future is fundamentally different. Yeah, it may be scary, it's uncertain, but that's not an excuse to do nothing. And I'm hearing from small business owners all the time, excuse, excuse, excuse. Let's start with coaching. You need me, for example, as your small to mid-sized business growth coach. You need a culture transformation project. You need to invest in your people first, not second, not third. Here's why I say that. Most business owners I talk to are really, if at all, thinking about their business. They're thinking about survival mode and gaining operational efficiency. I don't care about ChatGPT and AI. I don't care about EOS integrators and implementers. I don't care about sales and marketing dashboards and social media presence tools. All of that are tools. That's lowest common denominator. That's a great equalizer. Let's start with a belief that if you're a small business owner, you're doing some of that already, and you have an opportunity to do more. But all of these tools, technology to achieve operational efficiency, that's not going to get you into a leapfrog position of just struggling to get by today to competitive advantage. No, it's not. It's just an equalizer. It sets the playing field for you to be able to compete. Now let's talk about strategy. Newsflash, who cares? What do I mean by that? I'm a business growth coach. I teach my clients how to do strategy. Strategy without the people to implement is just, if you have it, a written document. It means nothing. Keep it on the shelf, or better yet, delete it. Strategy and operational efficiency are two levers that you can pull, and most SMBs are doing that, but they're not doing the most powerful tool in your SMB owner startup toolkit. Your people. Your people are your only lasting competitive advantage. I spent a decade researching this. All of the findings are in my second book that was published in 2018, The Compassionate Organization. I looked in over 200 countries and over 7,000 businesses globally. And I said, what, if any, characteristics are endemic or part of these companies that are either number one or number two top performers financially in their industry sectors? And after a decade of research, and I wrote my book, there's only one quality characteristic all companies all over the world share that enable them to outperform their competitors. Not sure what it is? Go check it out on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Compassionate organization. It's amazing culture. You need to unleash your people's untapped potential. So when I say Daniel Pink and I say autonomy, you get the best people, you bring them in, and then you give them everything they need, get out of their way and watch the magic happen. Okay? What does that mean? You give them full autonomy. These amazing people choose when they work, where they work from, how they get the work done, and who they do the work with. That's the model. I can teach you how to get there, but you need to start today. You need to be mature enough to identify you have business owner blind spots. You have unconscious bias. You have tremendous capability, but you also have weaknesses that need an objective expert, myself, for example, to come in as an outside coach consultant. I am first and foremost a people strategist and a culture transformation expert. I understand strategy. I understand the SMB and entrepreneur world. I've done coaching and teaching and training to over 5,000 entrepreneurs and startups. Through Goldman Sachs, 10,000 small businesses. I'm DISC certified. I've done the Marion Ewing Kaufman Foundation, fast track coaching. I get it. Right now is a chaotic, tumultuous, scary time. But you as an SMB, a business owner, it's time to take advantage of all of that chaos, distrust of institutions and uncertainty and leverage it for success by finding your groove. Again, give me a call, reach out to me. All my contact details are in the description below. If you like the video, please feel free to like. This community, this YouTube channel I'm building is all about conversation around excellence in small to mid-sized business performance. Comment, keep it civil, but let me know what you think in the comment section. And again, if you're thinking my business could benefit from an outside objective, insight, or set of expertise, I spent 20 years in corporate America, half in banking and financial services, leading marketing, sales organizations, and I spent the past 17 years coaching and consulting over 500 organizations. Reach out to me and let's have a conversation about how we can work on your culture, your organization. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Please like it, comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really can benefit from the support you give to build this amazing small business owner platform. Thank you.